and it's Mailbag. Mailbag.
We haven't gone and dug into the mailbag for a while, so it's probably time to do so.
We should call it social bag.
Right, yeah, we should. It's like, nobody mails us snail mail, but I guess you can if you want. Maybe we'll have to dig up the address. It's like 923 East Interstate Avenue, Bismarck, North Dakota, 58503.
Opening the mailbox, they should show a computer.
right. Got a little, like, okay.
What do we have, Lori?
All right, we're starting on Facebook. This is from a November 17th post that we made, and we were talking about the tax credit that is coming back to you, the very hefty, used to be $500, now $300 tax credit. And our question was, what are you going to do with your $500? Nope, slash it out, $350 tax credit. And somebody says, use it to pay my higher property tax probably. If there's any left over, I might find a gumball machine. These get pretty fun. I'm so excited. I will gas and fill my tank to the full line. Then I will splurge and buy a car wash. I will take what money is left and go buy groceries that will at least last 2, maybe 3 weeks if I am very careful. Maybe I'll splurge and buy store-bought bread. I'm seriously so excited about the legislature's generosity. It will feel like Christmas. If you can't read the sarcasm in every line, then you don't know me very well.
Yep.
And somebody says, send it back, which is an idea, I guess. You could send it back, but then the government will just spend it again.
Don't send it back. They're going to waste it.
All right, let's go to the next page here.
So as someone says, we're going to pay for the higher prices of everything else. They are aware inflation's coming. $350 won't cover it either. Not as much as I thought I was going to do. Someone says, what a pittance from those that sit so high above the working class. They're a little bit bitter, I think.
A little bitter.
Someone says, pay increase in property taxes, because, yep, they go up all the time. Someone says, oh, yeah, man, what a generous bit of gratitude our rhinos threw back at us. What a bunch of snobs. When are we going to physically take back? Now, I'm not sure what that means.
I don't either. That's a little threatening. Little threatening there. But
maybe they mean physically put people in seats of the legislature.
Perhaps.
All right, someone says, just curious, will the credit apply to refunded returns also? Well, for this only applies to 2021 and 2022 taxes, so there are no refunds yet. Still pay in. Someone says, maybe get me 5 gallons of gas by the time we eventually get it. Someone else says, I'm just so excited to be filing as a couple. Then we get $700 instead of $300. Someone says, significant and meaningful according to Burgum. What a joke. I can't argue with that. And lastly, I'm going to use $200 of it and go to the North Dakota Farm Bureau Campaign Management Seminar. I'm going to take what I learned there and we'll just have to see what happens.
That's clever. That's a good answer.
Take government money so you can change government.
That's
I love
interesting. Now, the next one comes from a November 22nd post, and this one, our question was, do we have a civility problem in the North Dakota legislature? So that was our topic that night, and they, we talked about some senators who are leaving, and we're both touting that. Use your best civil tone when answering, we wrote on this one, and somebody says, we need actual Republicans instead of people claiming to be a Republican to get elected and then stabbing us in the back. Stand up with civility. Somebody else says, amen. No, we have a lot of long-term incumbents who make sure a lot of tax dollars get spent in their districts and localities. Pigs at the trough. These same legislators run as conservatives, but would rather spend money than give it to taxpayers. We need term limits. Somebody else says, if the very people claiming there is a civility problem would realize that all most want is to work together, then there wouldn't be a civility problem. But those very people are also the same ones that will stab in the back, pull shenanigans, lie, cheat, and then go to the media and say that we need to unify. Most aren't buying the BS anymore. Was that civil enough for the sake of civility?
And next we have, we're going to continue on this little thread. Yes, they seem to attack constitutional conservatives, not follow our laws or Robert's Rule of Order. Oh, I think I know what they're referring to.
Maybe,
probably back at the Representative Simons thing.
I was thinking that too.
I am surprised by the number of state politicians who are Republicans in name only. I know people can change, but there seems to be many who were once member of Democratic Party. The only reason they changed parties was to get elected, which shows a lack of integrity on their part. We need to identify those members by voting their record and primary them out of office.
Yeah, you can look at their voting record and know who's what. You
sure
really can.
Someone says civility goes out the window and the legislators promise for years to alleviate or get rid of property taxes entirely, but do absolutely nothing. I agree. Civility also goes out the window when allegedly pro-Second Amendment legislators sign on to a unconstitutional red flag bill. I agree there. Civility goes out the window when parents feel they are losing control over how their kids are educated. that both elected and unelected bureaucrats in K-12 education pushed the No Child Left Behind, which left a lot of children behind, as well as Common Core, which removed common sense. The civility problem comes from our government. Look at some of the bills that these newly stepped-down legislators have supported and sponsored and or got passed into law. When government grows, civility shrinks. And we have a swamp that needs draining and to be replaced by people who will stand up for the Constitution and the people who elected them. The biggest problem is the spending problem, the fact we still have a property tax. And finally, who cares? Politics has always been frank and not for the tender-hearted.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. We
Yeah,
have
you know what?
smart
Our
viewers.
they are. They're very, very smart. And that's just the way it goes all the time. We have very smart people, and they weigh in, and we appreciate it. So.